Wiggleson wanted you to know that we are holding a great virtual area day in July for the WRJ. So that is something that I think Sisterhood should keep us informed of. Let's see. I figured. Okay, so Tyree wanted to know, how does a two-rabbi family going in different directions on Shabbat handle having Shabbat dinner together? Do you just have it very early?
Oh, Tyree, if only we had Shabbat dinner together. One of the nice things actually is that because I'm a Reform rabbi and my husband is a conservative rabbi, Shabbat observance is kind of flipped. So in Reform congregations, the bulk of Shabbat observance is on Friday night. And for him, he has a very light Friday night. But Saturday morning is very big in the conservative movement. So he has a lot of Saturday commitments. So what we have found lately, before quarantine, is that for the most part, if we can have Shabbat dinner together, we have it earlier, we have it late. Now that our kids are older, we can have Shabbat dinner late together. There were a lot of times at Kol Tikva that Shabbat dinner was included. And so we would come as a family and he would be there with my kids and we would join together in Shabbat dinner with the congregation. Or they would have Shabbat dinner and I'd come home and have leftovers, or I'd eat dinner while they're having dessert. Again, it goes back to that similar idea of the Shliach Tzibur, that as a leader of a community, as much as you should be modeling Shabbat for your community, you give over some of that for the sake of the community.
So I'm going to skip one question for a minute and go to Anita's question, which is, what is your feeling on Saturday services?
Well, a lot of times it's B'nai Mitzvah, and that's a culture of a congregation that we have Saturday services with B'nai Mitzvah. What I've found with certain Reform congregations is there a culture? Is there an interest? There might be an interest, but there's a lot of times people express an interest, but there isn't the critical mass to make it happen. And that's where it becomes, we tried this, I know at Kol Tikva, to build on it with a Torah study, and it just didn't gain traction. I'm open to any conversation and interest, but that's one of the things that I have found. I love Shabbat. I would love to see Shabbat permeate all aspects of our families' lives, but there's a reality that there's a culture in the Reform movement that that Shabbat is Friday night and Saturday is B'nai Mitzvah.
Okay, so Renee Cooperman says, sounds like you come from a conservative background. Your husband is a conservative rabbi. How will that prompt you to be a successful Reform rabbi?
We're actually an interfaith couple. I have always been a Reform Jew. I grew up in the Reform movement. Like I said, I went to Temple Beth Hillel growing up. I worked at Temple Solel and Encinitas. I worked at Temple Judea and Orami. I went to Camp Swig, if that's any context. It's the URJ camp before Camp Newman. So I've always considered myself a Reform Jew. I was introduced to the conservative movement because I went to, it was the UJ at the time, now the American Jewish University, and I got my master's degree there. That's how I met my husband. It was before either one of us was in rabbinical school. And the UJ's Master's in Education program is theoretically non-denominational. However, we took classes with conservative rabbinical students. And so anytime we did Jewish, it was conservative Judaism. So that's how I met my husband. My children went to Valley Beth Shalom day school. They're at Camp Ramad, but they also go to SciTech. They go to USY. They also go to Nifty. So we are trans-denominational as our family, but personally, I'm a Reform Jew.
Very good. Do we have any more questions? Anybody?
Okay, if that's all the questions we have, we had kind of wanted to end in a few minutes anyway. So Thank you so much, Rabbi Becky, for being here and meeting all of us in the way that we can. And before we say goodbye, we want to wish you well, and our thoughts are with you, and we hope to have a really meaningful relationship once you come on board. So we'll chat. I will be president next year of Sisterhood, so you and I will be in contact. I'll tell you all about WRJ, and we'll get you involved. So thank you again for coming.
I just want to say thank you all so much for having me. I really do look forward to meeting all of you. I'm scrolling through the screen just to see all of your faces, and it's just so great to be able to meet you in this way. And I do hope for a time soon when we can be present in a safe and healthy way.
Great, thank you so much. And Angela, thank you as well.
Thank you
for all your hard work.
See all your beautiful faces.
And feel free to stick around. We're having the rest of our program.
I am going to put in a little plug. I want to make sure that everybody is watching their episodes of Getting to Know TAS that Erin has been emailing out on Tuesdays. Last week was Rabbi Becky, and I'll give you a heads up that next week is going to be Diane Levine. So yes, we just filmed that episode. So stay tuned for next Tuesday's episode. And yeah, they're a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are watching those. But thank you so much for having us.
Great, Angela. Thank you so much. And like I said, feel free to stick around. We're going to be going over the programs that we had all of last year and what we might want to do in the year to come. So if you're interested, free, and if you've got stuff to do, we understand that as well.
Yep,
so
I'm going to have dinner.
Okay, go have dinner.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so Efrat, I guess you're on, huh?
Yay! Here we go to our the last of the year of programming, because I think one of the things that I feel are really so important, especially in this time that we don't get to see each other. We haven't seen each other in face-to-face for a long time, is to know that the cycle of the year is ending. So there is kind of like an ending, and there's going to be a beginning. So this is going to be the last programming of the Sisterhood board with me and Karen. Oh, she's right there. And it's been really wonderful working together and planning for you. So we wanted to let you know, Sandy, is to let you know, like take you back to what did we do this year? What were some of the highlights of this year? And it was so fun to see all the incredible things that we've done. Thank you, Jackie, for helping us putting it all together. And she will share a screen with us. Okay, well, 1 second, Jackie, before that. Then what we would like to do when we come back from watching this beautiful video is for us to get into rooms and truly discuss about some of our highlights of this year and some thoughts for what we would like to do next year. Okay, so we can, for the next, so the next board VP, Karen and Dory can create a wonderful year for us of 2021. Okay, so let's begin with the video.
Okay, all right, wish me luck that I can make this work.
Yes.
Here's the beginning, and wait for it. There and there.
Well, tell me how to end this thing.
Oh.
Maybe I should sing the rest. Yay. All right. It was a bit quiet.
I apologize for that. There was supposed to be music to go along with it, and there was clearly a checkbox that I didn't check before I shared my screen because you didn't get
Right, it's
so
the
I
music.
apologize for that.
Okay, it's okay, Jackie. Thank you so much. It all went very smoothly, and you know, I look at all these things and say, oh my God, we did quite a lot. And I truly enjoyed participating in all those amazing activities, on all those that happened that are not in the presentation. So this is not excluding all the other wonderful things that were happening as well. So let's think about it. Some of the things that we loved, some of the things we enjoyed, and some of the things we would like to. So Jackie, can you please get us into our breakout rooms, where what I want you to do, please, is to talk about things you enjoyed and things that you would like to see. And I'd like you to put them in the, I don't know if you can put them in the message, but once we are out of the rooms, let's put them in the message so our future VPs can take them into consideration. So looking forward talking with a few in a small room. I mean, smaller.
Okay,
Okay, Jackie.
open all rooms.
Yes.
Sheila, Dory, I think you have to click on something to join your rooms.
What do you click on?
I don't know, because I see a different screen than you. Oh, Dory just clicked on something. In what room am I supposed to be in?
Jackie, you know what? I think I'm going to leave. I have been on the phone and on
All
the
day long.
just all day, all day. I haven't eaten a meal all day. I've done nothing today. So,
Okay,
okay, I'll just say leave.
bye.
My dear, while I've got you, what are we doing for Kathy in the way of a gift to say goodbye to her?
Any suggestions?
Let me think about it because it certainly has to be something.
I'm struggling with ideas. So
Okay, are you on a committee with anyone, or is this your job?
it's my job
All right.
as immediate past president.
Let me think about it. Can we be in touch?
Thank you. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
What about something Judaic? Candlesticks, Kiddush cup,
Something.
something very special?
Mhm.
Does
That would be
does that
yes.
move you?
Ooh, what about a Miriam's cup for Passover Seder?
She doesn't make seders, does she?
Probably not. So maybe not.
Yeah.
I
A
mean,
challah dish,
Challah cover? Challah,
or the pretty tray.
yeah, that has potential.
Well, you probably want to go in. May we talk? Are you at work every day?
Not this week. This week I'm on staycation.
Oh, okay. So should I call you what, your cell phone or home phone? What
Home
phone
phone.
works?
Call me on my home phone.
Home phone? Okay. All right. Okay, my dear. Good seeing you.
Hmm?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So I wish I had an ear hearing all the things you were saying and your thoughts. It was lovely talking with the group I was in. So can you please, in the chat, tell us about some of the things you enjoyed, and or I don't know, how many are we? No, I think we can do it with raising hands, Jackie, right? Okay, so if you would like to share, we have like a few minutes, something that you enjoyed and something that you are looking forward to.
Andy, can you read our list?
Okay, so let me call on people. Lorraine.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I was in breakout too. And one of the things that came up was we all liked the craft program. We should definitely have a craft program. We also talked about a couple of speaker ideas. One is finding this local deli guy who can come and do a presentation on delis in the United States. Robin Blackman might have that information, I'm not sure. And then another person suggested if you look at Spectrum One TV channel, they do a lot of interesting videos, and we might be able to, they say these videos are available for the community. So we might be able to get one of those videos on a subject that's of interest to us and use it as our program along with the speaker.
Awesome.
We also said definitely to have a program that involves Rabbi Becky, with her being a new rabbi.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it for breakout too. Thank you.
Anita, do you want to join?
No,
share?
no. What I said was that
Andy.
Andy Mann has our list.
Okay. Okay, go Andy.
Okay, you're hearing me?
Yes.
Okay, so we liked the variety of the programming. Everybody loved the tea, the hands-on things, and also the things that educated us, that stimulated our brains, the interfaith, the forensic. Rhonda's program, and Tyree specifically said she thinks it's wonderful to highlight our own people. We don't know everybody's skills and all the volunteering people do, and that using our congregants who can provide us with some of that is great. And I just said that the flyers were beautiful. I think he did a fabulous job with the flyers along with the programming itself.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Andy, what group were you in?
I think we were 5, maybe.
Okay.
We were 5.
Okay.
Tyree, what would unmute? Yes.
No, I was just saying we were in group 5.
Yeah.
Okay, 5. Okay. Anyone else who would like to share?
Yeah, it's Judy. I thought Sue was going to do this. Sue was in our group. We were in group 6, I believe. Yes. There were 4 or 5 ideas that came from that. One of them was a sing-along that we could do show tunes. It would, whether we sing well or not, it's definitely a wonderful group thing. We also wanted hands-on craft or art. I have like 80 leftover stars of hope, and we could do that as a sisterhood. There's a lot of hope needed now. We'd have to wait till we're together. If we had to be online, perhaps we could do breakout rooms with poetry. We have several women on in our sisterhood who are very good with poetry, and we've all gone through a lot right now. And I've never done group poetry. How interesting that might be. I know that Sandy's one of them, and there's a lot of, Phyllis is one of them. So maybe we could have groups led like that. And then we talked about paint and wine. That went over pretty well. I see Cheryl likes it. And we didn't get into anything serious or educational. except perhaps on the, all on the creative side. That's it.
Fran, unmute yourself.
Here we go. Okay, we're group 1, and we just had 2 things. Really, one of the things we talked about was how in the fall, September, October, November, probably programming needs to be planned for Zoom, because the chances of our being able to be together in the fall is probably pretty slim. So we need to keep that in mind. And then one of the programs which we wanted to suggest was some type of interfaith programming, because I think that's really important, and we all agreed that we'd like to see that happen again next year.
Which one? You didn't say which one, or I didn't hear.
Interfaith.
The interfaith, okay. Another take on interfaith. Okay. Anyone else that I'm missing? You know, I'm jumping between 2. Cheryl, yes. Unmute yourself, please.
Sorry, I thought I was unmuted. Okay, we were in group 4, room 4. Again, we also liked the interfaith. That was a very popular one in my group. So I think that's something we definitely should focus on for next year. Also the creativity ones, the making the tea bags was a big hit. And also it was mentioned that we should have Rabbi Becky back and have something that she can talk to us about, something that we might have a question about, or something to engage her and have her come in and meet with us and share her knowledge and that type of thing. So that was pretty much what we talked about.
Great.
Okay.
Is there anyone else? I think we've covered.
Karen, Karen, oh, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
You're muted, Karen.
Okay. We're in group 7.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Hi, girls.
So
Yes.
in group 7, we talked about doing a virtual bingo. We also talked about the interfaith panel, doing another interfaith panel. We talked about for the financial aspect of retirement, or being in retirement after the quarantine situation, if there were ideas for that.
That's very limited. That's very limited. That's very limited, unfortunately, to us when we're trying to reach out for people who aren't retired.
Anyway, craft programs, a sing-along, etc. Those were all things we talked about in room 7.
Great. Well, I think we have so many great ideas, and it sounds so fantastic. And I think it will be really a good start for the new VP VP programming to work on and figure out these incredible things. And I'll enjoy greatly joining all those activities. Yes, Robin.
Administratively, and thank you, Anita, for bringing this up.
Thank you.
The weekly email from, and I hate to do this to Aaron, I really do, but the weekly email from the temple that has all the programming in it and all the Zoom addresses in it does not include Sisterhood and Men's Club. And I know that we send out our own, but what about all the women who are not Sisterhood members and are not on our email? We are part of the temple, and why are we not being included? And I'm sure we haven't asked.
That's right. Howard doesn't include it.
Okay, one second, Lorraine, 1 second, please. I would like to leave this into programming into the future, because this is where we are. So if that is possible, you know, we can go back to it at a different time. And I think we are ready to go to actually to our last part of the evening.
Wait, can I just say one more thing? Sorry.
Sure, about programming.
Yeah, it's about programming. So there was a wonderful communal lesson today that we had at noon. It was talking about grandparents and the stories, and it really moved me a lot. But I was thinking maybe doing something like, it wasn't very broad because there were only 20 people on the thing and not everybody was sisterhood members, but like maybe something, how do we create our stories for our grandchildren? Like what can we do with them to make those impressionable moments for our grandkids?
Awesome. I think this is great. And we would like to move on to our next, our conclusion of the evening. And I would like Karen to take the lead, and I'll mute myself.
Well, good evening, everyone, and good evening from Utah. But we're going to be celebrating someone very shortly who's been with us quite a while, and her name is Kathy Barker. And Kathy Barker's been heading, you've heard the expression, walk safely and carry a big stick? Walk softly and carry a big stick. Well, our Kathy walks softly and talks softly, but is a woman of action. Her calm manner only belies her fierce devotion, passion, and commitment to Judaism, TAS, and in particular, sisterhood. Tonight, we would like to honor this incredible woman who has led or co-led us through many interesting and unique times this year. Two of Kathy's sisterhood colleagues would like to speak to her amazing talents and leadership skills. And then I'll tell you what the next activity is. So Jackie Zev is our first speaker. Where's Jackie?
I'm here.
Okay.
So being co-president with Kathy was awesome. It taught me a lot because I'm a very talkative, aggressive person, and going with her taught me to listen in a way that I hadn't really needed to do before that, because I hadn't partnered with someone before that, and partnered with someone who wasn't like me. And mostly I don't partner with people, I just go ahead and do it. And she taught me the value of partnering with someone. I didn't really understand before Kathy that you can lead when you're not an extrovert. That introverts have the ability to be really excellent leaders as well. And she taught me that I should shut up and wait for someone else to talk, which is something I still struggle with. But whenever I'm with someone, like, I mean, I manage 15 people, and it's helped me be a better manager because of what I learned from how, and I want to say to all of you, if you're an introvert and you think, oh, I can't lead, yes, you can. And Kathy's the example that you could follow in her footsteps and lead, even if you're not always comfortable speaking, which I certainly wasn't when I took on the role, and lead when you don't have to say everything that pops into your brain like some of us extroverts do. So.
Well, thank you, Jackie. Beautiful sentiments. Now we would like to hear from Becky Breyer.
Well, it was my honor to be asked to talk about Kathleen Barker, my friend. Everybody said a lot of great stuff. Kathy is not an introvert. I'm sorry. You need to know her. I know you know her, Kathy. Doesn't seem like an introvert to me. If you listen close enough, she will speak out and you will listen if you're smart. She helped put in place some fresh new sisterhood ideas. Co-president with Jackie, then solo president, then co-president with Cheryl. Kathy and Jackie replot the donor program for the good of the sisterhood. So now we don't have the annual donor luncheon, but we do have an appreciation luncheon, and we will have an appreciation luncheon in the future. Kathy is proud of creating a new chairman for the board, chair of technology, which we greatly need, which we thank greatly that Jackie Zeb was our first. I don't know who the next one is, but maybe it's Jackie Zeb. Kathy's also proud of the supportive and positive relationships she has with the staff and clergy, which is important. Kathy's good decision-making skills are noteworthy, her calmness, her professionalism. She even bought a big pool table with a cover just so she could have her meetings in her house comfortably. That's it, not to play pool, just to get the big pool table with cover. And there were sisterhood members, and her first year with Jackie, there were friends of sisterhood, and Kathy has created another membership position, and there's only one member in that position, and that is best friend of sisterhood. And you all know who it is. Say it with me, Marley. So she has done us a favor. Wait, have I said everything? So Kath, thank you for leading us for the last 3 years. And thank you for being our immediate past president. And we wish you the best in your future leadership endeavors. You will be on the board of directors next year. And we'll bombard you with questions and stuff. So that'll be good. Thank you, Kath. I love you.
So we know that many, many people have had wonderful experiences with Kathy, and I'd like to create a little book for her. So I'm going to give you my email address, and if you email me your story, it can be a little paragraph, it doesn't have to be long, just so we can create and recreate some experiences people really have appreciated having with Kathy. So here's my email address. I'm going to put it in the chat box.
You also lost a lot of people, so.
Well, I know. People left.
So send it out to everybody. Oh, I'm not muted. I need to mute myself. Jeez.
Kathy, I hope you'll say a few words in a few minutes.
I don't understand. I will.
Good.
If I may.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I'm overwhelmed. I didn't expect this, Jackie and Becky, and you also, Karen. And I've always said that I'm not much for extemporaneous speaking. In fact, it takes me about 2 or 3 days to come up with an extemporaneous speech. So forgive me for having been put in this position. But the one thing, there are a couple things that I would like to say, one of which is that the past 3 years have been absolutely wonderful for me. I've enjoyed every minute of it. And one of the greatest pleasures has been, and I mean this sincerely, was to get to know everyone a whole lot better since I've been president. And that has been such a pleasure. I hope we can continue to be friends and get to know each other even better than we do right now. I am very grateful to the board. The board has been an absolutely amazing group of women, definitely dedicated to the sisterhood, always doing as much as they can. And as a result, they have also been very, very supportive of me and on a personal level, and I appreciate that very much. So thank you to the board. Thank you to my co-presidents, Jackie and Cheryl. You could not have been any better for me. And Jackie, you said you learned something from me. I'm very grateful for that. I have learned a lot from you and from you, Cheryl. So thank you very much. When I first, I want to tell you this, when I first became president, when I was elected president, Carol Bazar Morton came up to me, and I thought she was going to say congratulations. And she did, but in a kind of a roundabout way. Carol, do you remember what you said to me? Well, Carol said to me, now you too can look forward to becoming a past president.
She said the same thing to me. Yes, Carol, you're getting very well known for that.
Yeah. So
she told me she never thought I would fall for the fall for it and agree to do it.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Well, we want to thank you, and now I'll hand it back to Cheryl, I guess, to end the meeting.
I guess I just want to say, Kathy, it's been a joy and a pleasure, and I don't know whether I hate you for making me co-president or love you for it. Time will tell, but I've really enjoyed getting to know you a lot better this past year as well, and I hope and I'm sure that our friendship is going to stay strong. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Okay, does anybody, Carol, did you have something you wanted to add?
But yes, the ending part of my statement to you is I didn't know that you were going to take the position, but did I not say that I'd be there behind you?
No, what I remembered was that you said, I never thought they'd sucker you into it. That was the main line. But yeah, you probably did say that because all the past presidents are that way.
Okay, all right, never mind.
Okay, thank you, Carol. It was very sweet. Anyway, okay, does anybody have any last comments, wishes, suggestions?
I think we should mute ourselves and
I miss you all.
Congratulations to all the board, the outgoing board and the incoming board. Our sisterhood is one of the strongest sisterhoods in the region, maybe if not in the whole country. Phyllis,
I hear that
all the time.
I totally agree with that.
I have a question. Who's the one that brought the snacks?
It was Sue Cohen. Sue Cohen brought the snacks.
Okay.
We baked.
I miss everybody's hugs.
Yeah,
Yes.
This makes me
We are going to have an installation of officers. I'm not sure when or what form it's going to take. I still have to clear that up with people that might know how to do that. But we will let you know when that's going to happen. It'll probably be virtual. It'll probably be by Zoom, but we are going to have one. And Kathy, we do owe you a gift, which we would have presented at the Love Luncheon, but since we're not having a Love Luncheon, we'll figure out a way to get it to you. So
yes, it's a kitten.
Barbie needs a kitten in his life.
Gosh.
I wasn't.
Ladies, it's been a joy and a pleasure, and we miss you all. And we'll be in touch. So
see you on Zoom tomorrow night.
Great meeting, Carol,
guys.
we can watch the installation tomorrow night.
You can watch what?
We can watch the installation tomorrow night for the youth group and see how they do it.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be a little different, I think, because we need someone from WRJ possibly to do it.
True.
That's okay. All right, thanks. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good to see everybody.
Thank you, Karen. Thank
See
you.
you soon. Bye, everybody. Be
See you soon on Zoom.
Good night.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Zoom.
For Shabbat.
Yeah.